Everyone, welcome you all to the virtual school. First of all, if you are new to my channel, please like, share and subscribe the content if you like it, and also share it as much as you can. It really motivates me to put up a new video every day. So thank you for all the support. And now let's begin with the chapter number 3. In the chapter number 3, we will be discussing the classes that is involved in Python in much more details. That is, we will go to each minute detail of a class. That is how it is declared, how we use it, how the various data members are used. So let's first discuss what are the classes. The classes were the simple data structure that you create that we have already read about in the previous chapter. Okay, they contain certain functions, they contain certain variables, certain data members that are accessed by other class or the class itself utilizes them to perform certain operations as per the need of the developer. Okay, but in this particular chapter we will be discussing the classes in much more detail. That is how you declare it, what are the meaning of the variables, what are the scopes of the variable within the classes, how you declare other class attributes. Okay, so all these would be discussed in details. Okay, now let's just first take the first topic, that is the namespaces. This is the most basic topic of the class. Suppose you have now what are the namespaces? The first question arises is, what is a namespace? Okay, namespace, if I place it in a simple terms, and even in the book the same thing is written, that a namespace is a place where a name lives. Okay, suppose you have a variable and variable name is A. Okay, and then you assign it an object, a value basically. Suppose you assign A value 3. Okay, so whenever the 3 is accessed, it would be accessed by its name. Okay, so what you have created? You have created a namespace actually. Okay, so a value is bounded to its declaration, that is its name. Okay, and by the name the Python actually understands where the actual value is and how it is accessing it. Okay, so and how do you do it? How do you assign a value? It's very simple, by the assignment operator. Okay, so this is what written in this page. Okay, now if you have to write the actual definition, a namespace is the mapping of names to the object. It's very simple, that you assign a particular value to a particular variable, and that variable actually is a namespace in itself. Okay, now coming over to the scope of the namespace. Okay, now you have declared a particular name. Okay, and this namespace has a particular scope. Like suppose if you have declared it globally, then it is available globally. If you have declared it within a class, then it has its scope within the class. If you have declared a particular variable within a function, then its scope limits to the function. Okay, now depending on these particular scenarios, it is divided into 3 main categories, that is built-in names, global names in a module, and local names in a function invocation. Okay, now what is a built-in names? Okay, certain built-in names that you can call within the Python anytime, anywhere, without any declaration, without any hassle. Like suppose min, max, okay, print, and exception calling. All these are certain namespaces that are built in within the Python. Okay, that is, you don't need to declare it somewhere. You don't need to use any special declaration methods for calling them. Like simply you can call max or min anywhere, anytime in the program, and it will work. It will work very fine. Okay, so these built-in names are actually residing in a module built in underscore built in underscore. Okay, it's very simple, it's written here. These modules reside in these, and these namespaces are created when the Python interpreter starts. Okay, so as soon as your program begins to execute, your basic built-in names are included in your program. Okay, so that you can use them whenever you want. Okay, so these are the built-in names. Now coming over to the second type of namespace, that is the global names in a module. Okay, now what are the global names? Global names is something that is available to you globally within a program. Like suppose you have declared a main method. Okay, and in the main method you declare certain namespaces, you declare certain variables, and you assign certain amount of values to it. Okay, so these values will be available to all the functions within the class. Okay, but its scope will remain to the class itself. Okay, that is, it is globally available to your program, but its scope is within the class. That is, you have to always keep in mind as to what the actual scope is. Okay, so a global namespace, if I go by the book, if the global namespace for a module is created when the module definition is read and is normally last until the interpreter quits. Okay, so until the interpreter is quitting, that is as soon as your interpreter has started and it reaches a module, a particular class or a particular module, the global names that you have declared within the modules would be loaded. Okay, and till the interpreter exits, these global names would be available to each and every function within the module or within the class. Okay, so this is what the global names in a module is. Now coming over to the third type, that is the local names in a function invocation. Okay, now as soon as you call a function, so there are certain amount of time that you declare certain parameters within a function. Okay, like suppose you have 3 employees within your company, and it is fixed that their percentage rate is fixed, that is employee A will always get a percentage raise of 10%, employee B will always get a percentage rate of 20%, and employee C will always get a percentage raise of 30%. Okay, so if I have to define a particular program, so I will define 3 functions, and within these functions I will define these values, that is 10, 20 and 30 separately within each functions. Okay, so as soon as the function would be called, these variables will be assigned these particular values. Okay, and according to those values the execution of the program will proceed. Okay, so these declarations are local to the function. Okay, that is, they are locally available to the function, and as soon as a particular interpreter calls a function, these namespaces are created within the function scope. Okay, and these are available to the functions. Keep in mind that a namespace is entirely independent of other modules. Okay, because its scope is limited to its own module only. Okay, that is, it will not interfere with the other modules. So you can have like the same example that I have taken just now. You can take a variable, suppose percentage raise. Okay, so each function can have same name, that is the percentage raise, and it will not interfere with each other's values. Okay, so that's how the scope and the namespace actually works. Okay, I hope you have understood this. If you haven't, please write me in the comment, and I will surely get back to you on that. And also don't forget to subscribe my channel and like the content if you have liked it, and also tell me if anything is wrong within the content. Okay, so thank you. We will be meeting in the next lecture and we will be discussing the scope rules. I will keep it short and simple so that it's quite brief and you can easily understand the each and entire lecture. Okay, thank you for watching.